Hey guys, and welcome to WordsAtScale. So this is not going to be a typical video on my channel, since I won't be talking about ChatGPT or AI writers or prompt engineering, at least not deliberately. What I'll be talking about is the thumbnails, and some of you have noticed the change in the style of my thumbnails. So they used to look like this, and so pretty similar. And now they look like this. So basically each thumbnail is a little bit of a story, then a few words on the screen, and me playing dress-ups. And I am not a thumbnail guru. I don't know Photoshop. I'm terrible with images. But since you guys noticed, I decided to create this full tutorial. And before I do, there is one very important note. People will come to your channel and they will tell you that your thumbnails suck and you should do something about it. And I can tell you right now, without actually telling you the concrete numbers, that my new thumbnails, although I enjoy making them, I really do, and I'll keep at it for a while at least, they are not better than these very basic thumbnails when there is just huge words on the screen. And yeah, it's been my experience that the attention span of an average viewer is very small, so you need to grab the attention straight away. So these very basic, very amateurish looking thumbnails are actually better in terms of the CTR than these more professional looking thumbnails. Although if you are a pro designer or you know your way around Photoshop, you can make fun of this, and I'm sure you will find many imperfections. But again, people have been asking about it, and I thought this whole process of mine would be of interest to my audience. So here we go. So it all starts with an idea. Usually I'm thinking about what story I want to tell image-wise with my visuals. So you can go a couple of ways about it. This is, for example, a thumbnail about AI tools and AI detection. And the image that came to my mind was of two Terminator-like robots hunting down a human. So a human is an AI text trying not to get caught, and these two Terminator-looking dudes or machines are basically the two tools that I'm reviewing in the video. And sometimes you just get stuck with your imagination. And what you can do is run a very basic prompt. So my video is about AI content detection and comparing the results of two AI detection tools. Please suggest 10 click-worthy thumbnail ideas, and I cannot spell, but that's okay for me. And obviously these are very basic prompts. You can use different priming techniques, like you are a master SEO copywriter who knows his way around thumbnails and attracts thousands and millions of views. So you can make this as perfect as you want, but here I'm just using a very basic prompt. So sure, here are some thumbnail ideas for a video about AI content detection. Split screen battle. A split screen image where one side represents tool 1 and the other side tool 2. So this is an okay idea, but boring. AI power, two AI robots or brains with glowing eyes, one representing each tool. So this is closer to what I had. Tool clash, stylized versions of both tools' logos clashing together. Detective work, cartoon or stylized images of AI robots examining a magnifying glass symbolizing detection. So these are some very good ideas, but in this video here again, I came up with the idea myself. And so before I proceed further, I do everything, almost everything in Canva. So this is a thumbnail that's going to be part of this video here. And you need an empty canvas. This canvas corresponds with the YouTube thumbnail size. Then if you choose the thumbnail template, you get different ideas about how it may look like. So I can tell you right now which one got me inspired, or I won't, if I find it. So one of these ones just inspired the overall look. And what I did, I actually took the font off of that thumbnail and in no way, shape, or form I replicated or duplicated what was on here. So I made it my own, but the initial idea, so I actually think this is the one that inspired the font at least. It's very similar. Yeah, same fonts, but the rest is just way different. So everything else is different. So I got my idea from here, but let's just say we're still starting from the empty canvas. So this is the empty canvas, as I said. Now I go to Bing Image Creator, which is free and it gives you lots of generations. I think 100 generations per day. And I went like this: robots 2, Terminator, like robots hunting down humans, or something like that. Very similar to my initial prompt. And depending on what you see, you can add digital art, or you can add photorealistic or whatever. The 2 Terminator-like machines. I think I didn't have the robots. I had the machines. So let's try it again. Yeah. So this is very similar to what I got. So let's see. Let's just say we like this image here. And this is a very nice looking image, if I may say so myself. However, what happens if you upload it to Canva? It just won't be wide enough, unfortunately. So if you just upload it here, you can see that it's just not fitting. So at most, it's half of the screen. And we need the other half. That's why I'm using Dolly. And believe it or not, I'm using Dolly just for this one feature only. So I upload my image here. You can crop or skip cropping, doesn't matter. And then what you do is very simple. You choose the Add Generation Frame. And what I need is for the AI to regenerate the empty part, so basically extend the image. But for AI to do it needs something to go off of. So in this case, we need to take at least part of the initial image. And then the prompt I use is very simple: continue or continue the image, doesn't matter. And you press generate. And by clicking on the right arrow, you have different generations. I like this one. Hang on. Maybe this one the best. So I'll click accept. And I can do the same with the right robot if I want. Just for the demonstration purposes. Let's extend the image to the left as well. And if you see some words, don't thread, so we can get rid of that very easily. So maybe this one here, accept, we'll download the image, and it's going to have this continue extension. So now what we have to do is to go back to Canva, upload the new image that we got. So it's this one here, and as you can see, it fits the screen almost perfectly. And I don't even have to get rid of these things on the bottom, but I want to show you something, and this is the beauty of Canva. It now uses a lot of AI tools itself. So if you could click on Edit Photo and go to Magic Eraser, we'll make the brush size larger. We can just click on the things we want to erase, and it will use AI to erase it completely without distorting the background, so the context. And let's just say I want to get rid of this one. Very easy. Okay, let's press edit. And this is the image that we can use. So very nice. Now I'm just, usually there's a couple of things that I do afterwards. Often what I do, I put an additional layer on top of the image and make it white and transparent, because I want people to look at the words. So you can make it semi-transparent, and this way it doesn't pop just as much. It's not necessary, but I like to do it. It gives it this foggy kind of feeling. Then what is left to do is to use my words. So we won't be replicating the same title as before, but let's just say detection madness, and I haven't thought this through, so this might not be the best idea for the title, but for the educational purposes this will suffice. And actually this could have worked better if we had the two robots all the way to the right, but that doesn't matter. Like this is a draft. So let's copy the other one because I like kind of two titles in one. And this is the first attention grabbing one, and this is something that explains the additional benefits for the reader. Let's just say passes every time. Yeah, like this. And this thumbnail is now like 80% ready. Okay, so the second part of the puzzle, and for this I'll have to go back, is to have my image, so my face. And there are a lot of thumbnails that work without the face. And one of the reasons I like to keep the face, because of the ego for one, and another one is a more rational argument. Keeping my face on all of the thumbnails allows me to have the creative freedom, so I can change the style completely. But if I keep the face on the thumbnail, it will have that consistency, so people will still recognize me. So what I do, I have but I have some photos pre-taken that I use many times over. So like this one here, this one is pre-taken. And now I need to make this into something interesting. So if we click on edit, and this time we won't be using Magic Eraser, we will be using Magic Edit. And the beauty of this is you can basically, by highlighting an area of the image, you can then turn it into anything that you want. And this is how I'm making my costumes. And I just feel silly even saying this, but yeah. So this is the area I want to be substituted to something else. So I press continue, and here's the prompt. So I was thinking, what was I thinking? I was thinking about the Terminator Rebel suit. Let's see what happens. And these are some of the suggestions. So if you don't like any of these suggestions, you just click generate new results. I'll just keep this one here. So this is done. And I think I did something with my eyes, and I tried a few things. So I can use the same technique to substitute my eyes to something else. But I think I did something very simple, like red laser light. And I chose graphics, I think. Yeah, and that was the one. So I basically did this. 1, 2. So now the image is ready, and I just download it as a PNG. Go back to the original canvas, which is this one here, and basically place myself on the screen. For some reason it did not make the background transparent, but that's okay. Everything else is intact, my suit, my glowing eyes. So I just click on the photo, edit, and another tool that I use all the time is BG Remover, which stands for Background Remover. And this is me. So this is me, supposedly running from the Terminators. And one thing that I forgot to mention, another feature that I use often is the glow. So you need to choose the picture again, edit photo, and go to shadows. Within shadows you need to click on glow. So let me choose some weird looking greenish lights. Then we'll increase the size, and I don't like the, let's make it, let's see about right, or we can make it red. Actually, this looks better. And yeah, so this is basically how I do all of my thumbnails. And I hope you found this video helpful. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time.